Hi, welcome to Saku Pilates. I'm Sam. I'm going to take you through an express full body workout with an emphasis on the abs and the hips. So we're going to start on all fours. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Just take a nice deep breath in here and exhale. One more deep breath in. Find your natural curve in your lower spine here. And exhale. You're going to tuck your tailbone under, pushing your ribs up towards the ceiling. Suck your abs in, pull your belly button to the back of your spine, push through your hands. And then you're going to lift your head, roll your spine down, pushing your tailbone towards the ceiling. Drop the chest down towards the mat. Keep the abs hugging in. Good. Tuck the tailbone, push the ribs up towards the ceiling, push through the palms of your hands, belly button to back of the spine, lead with the head, roll all the way back down. You can start to pick up the pace here if you want, pushing the ribs up towards the spine, then pushing the chest towards the floor, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Good. Keep it going here. Last time. And when you're finished, you're going to come and find your neutral spine again. So this time, you're going to tuck your tailbone under as you bring your right knee up towards your head. Good. Push the ribs up towards the ceiling. Try and keep that weight centered. And then as you roll the spine, you're going to extend and lift that right leg. Head lifting to the front. Good. We're coming back in, knee to nose. Pushing the ribs up to the ceiling. Good. Pushing the leg back as you bring the head up. Pushing the chest down towards your mat. We'll do one more here. Knee to nose. Rolling all the way back. Extend and lift. Imagine someone's pulling that leg away from you. Keeping that weight centered. Keeping the abs hugging in. Find your neutral. Knee back under the hip. Check in, make sure your wrists are under your elbows and your shoulders, and make sure that your knees are under your hips. We're going to go the other leg, so left side. Tucking that tailbone, pushing the ribs to the hip, the ribs to the sky. Knee to nose. Good. Rolling all the way back. Leg lift, push the chest down towards the mat. Good. Tuck the tailbone. Roll the spine, keeping your weight centered. We're going back. Chest to mat. Lift that leg, really lengthening through it. Good. One more time. Push the ribs up to the ceiling, hugging the abs in. We're extending and lifting. Perfect. Now, come back to knees under your hips. You're going to externally rotate your elbows so that your biceps are facing forward. Hug your abs in, find your natural curve in your spine. Open your chest up. You're going to extend the right leg so that your toes still touching the floor. Biceps are facing forward, and you're going to keep the elbows locked in. Turn the hands out very slightly if you need to, and you're just going to drop chest to floor very slightly. It could be a couple of inches. Pushing back up. Keep that back toe on the mat, or you can lift it as you drop down. Good. If you're fine with this, you can drop the head all the way down onto the mat, lifting it back up. You're just kissing the mat with your head if you're going all the way down. Keeping the elbows locked in tight, pushing through the palms. You're going to inhale to drop, exhale to push. Keep the abs hugging in. Good. Inhale to drop, exhale to push. Last one. Keep the abs in, pushing through the palms. Bring the knee back underneath your hip, extend the left. Keep that toe on the floor if you need to. Externally rotate, biceps facing forward, chest nice and opened. Again, you can just drop down a couple of inches, push back off, or you can come all the way down. Head kisses the mat. Pushing through your palms. Keep the abs hugging in. Keep the chest nice and open. Inhale to drop. Exhale to push. Two more. We're nearly there. Inhale, drop. Exhale, push. Last one. Good. Drop the knee back down underneath your hip. Toes together. You're going to open up your knees as wide as the mat. Sit your glutes back down onto your heels. Take your hands forward, chest to mat. Take nice deep breaths here. Pressing underneath your shoulders down onto the mat. One more deep breath in and exhale. You're going to come forward and lie face down on the mat. Hands are going to go beside your ribs and feet are going to be just slightly wider than hip width apart. Hips are driving down into the mat, as is your pubic bone. Abs are drawn in, shoulders back and down. You're going to inhale as you push through your hands, keeping the elbows nice and tight, and come halfway up. Exhale, drop down. Keep the elbows in, inhale, lift. Abs stay drawn in, push those hip bones down into the mat. Exhale, drop. Good. We're lifting, push through the palm of those hands. Inhale down. Aim for length in your spine here as well. Keeping the feet driving down into the mat. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift, sorry. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Good. Hands can stay here, or you can bring them round and just drop your head onto your wrists if that's comfier for you. But you're going to inhale, prepare. Hip bones drive down into the mat. You're going to lengthen and lift both legs with the exhale. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Good. Keep this going. Keep both hip bones driving down into the mat, nice and level. 3-point contact on your mat here is your two hip bones and your pubic bone. Abs are still hugging in gently. Inhale down, last one. Exhale, lift. Good, drop it down. Bring your hands back beside your ribs. We're going to add those two together. So you're going to inhale, elbows nice and tight, to lift, and exhale as you drop, roll your body forward and lift your legs. As you inhale, the legs are coming down and the chest is lifting up. Exhale, drop the chest down, lift the legs. Keep this movement here. If you want, you can pick up the pace. Inhale to lift, exhale to roll forward. Good, do 3 more. 2 more, keep the abs hugging in. Last one. Perfect. You're going to push back into child's pose. Knees wide, feet together. Nice deep breaths. When you're ready, you're going to lie onto your right side. Extend that right hand above the head. Head rests on your biceps. You're going to be in a nice line down the back of your mat. 90-degree angle at the hips, so the knees come into the front of your mat. Keep the feet in a flexed position here. Make sure you're nice and comfortable here. You're going to push the top hip away so that your ribs slightly lift off of the mat and your hips are nice and stacked. Keeping the angle in your knees, 90-degree angle in your knees and your feet. You're going to start to open up. Find your full range of motion here and then close. You're exhaling to lift. Inhale to close. Keep the foot flexed here. Keep that top hip pushing down. Your bottom rib stays off the mat here. There's a nice slight gap. Exhale, open. Hand can come here to balance if need be. Or it can be placed nicely on your hip. Good. Exhale, open. Keep the abs hugging in. Inhale, drop. Exhale, open. Try and take it a little centimetre or two deeper. Exhale, open. Inhale, down. Good. We'll go for 6 more. 4, 5. Keep that top shoulder nice and relaxed. Lengthen through your spine and your neck. For 4. Nearly there. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. Now you're going to open it and take your knee in a big circle, not closing it again. So you're going to keep it about hip width apart, maybe slightly less, and do nice big circles with your knee. Good. Keep that top hip pushing away, your ribs still very gently lifting off the mat. Abs are hugging in. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Last one, then we're going to switch direction. Keep the foot flexed. We're going to go back the way. Nice. Nice natural breaths here. Last 2. 1 more. Perfect. We're going to keep it hip width apart. You're going to extend, push through your heel. Come back. Good. Keep the knees hip width apart here. We're going to extend on the exhale. Inhale to bring it back. Exhale, push. Really reaching through that heel. Coming back. We'll go for 6 more. 4, 5. Good. For 4. Keep your pelvic floor engaged here, about 20% as well. Last 3. 2 more. And 1. Bringing it back, drop it down, give your hips some love. Perfect. And then we're going to switch sides. So just sit up, take your feet round to the other side, and then lie down again on the back of your mat. So again, arm extends above the head, palm faces the ceiling, spine is down the back of your mat. Take the knees to the front of the mat. You've got a 90-degree angle here at the hips and the knees and the ankles. Push that top hip away so that your bottom rib gently lifts off of the mat. Good. You're going to exhale to lift. Keeping the feet flexed. Inhale, drop down. Nice and relaxed shoulder here. Exhale through your mouth. Engage in your core. Abs are hugging in gently. Good. 6 more. Take it to your full range of motion. A little inch deeper. Perfect. 4 more. I'm losing count. Last 3. We're going for 2. And 1. As you take it down, don't completely close it, and we're going to do nice big juicy circles with the hip. Good. Just breathe nice and naturally here. Keep the abs hugging in gently. Bottom ribs still very lightly lifted off the mat. Good. 2 more here. Last one, then we'll change directions. Perfect. So we're going to go back the other way. Nice and controlled. You don't want to go too fast. You always have one hip better than the other, or one side better than the other. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Keep it hip width apart. You're going to extend through the heel, pushing that heel out. Inhale to bring it back. Keep the knees apart. Exhale, push. Inhale, bring it back. Keep that rib slightly lifted. Abs hugging in. Push through the heel. Your pelvic floor is engaged. Good. Exhale, push for 4. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Bringing it back, drop it down. Again, give your hips some love. Should be burning here. If you need a rest at any point, just take one and join back in. We're going to roll onto our backs here. You're going to take your feet hip mat width apart, So either just on or off the mat is fine. You're going to have that natural gap in your spine. Hands can go on your hips if you want here, just to find that your hips are nice and in line, or take them behind your head, interlock your fingers, thumbs are pressing down the back of your neck. Keep your elbows in your peripheral vision here. You're going to inhale through the ribs, exhale as you lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, lift. You're pushing your ribs down towards your hips here. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Good. Keep it here, nice and controlled. Try and not let the knees drop out to the side. Knees want to stay in the same position. Good. Keep it here. Keep your elbows in your peripheral vision. Exhale through your mouth. Your pelvic floor is still engaged, 20%. Good. Last 8. We're going for 7. And 6. Still a very small gap in your back, in the base of your spine. Last 5. And 4. 3. For 2. Last one. Taking the head down. Find your neutral spine again. Readjust your shoulders, make sure they're away from your ear. You're taking your knees together and you're going to press your thighs together. We're going to go again. Head, hands behind the head, thumbs down the back of your neck. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Pushing the ribs down to the hips. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. If you can, come up a little inch higher. Pushing the ribs down towards your hips. Exhale through the mouth. Keep your hips nice and in line. We're going for 8. For 7. For 6. 5 more. Last 2. We're nearly there. And 1. Dropping the heads down. You're going to take, on your exhale, you're going to take your knees one at a time up to tabletop. Again, press the knees in together. You're going to inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Good. Keep the elbows in your peripheral vision here. Ribs down to hips. Exhale through the mouth. Pelvic floor is still engaged. Good. 8 more. For 7. 6. 5. You got this. For 3, 2, last 1. Drop the head down. Bring the feet down onto the mat. You're just going to gently rock your knees from side to side. Hands can come out and just lie on the floor. Palms facing the ceiling. Take the knees slightly deeper towards the floor. Good. You're going to bring your knees back up to tabletop, so find your neutral spine here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, draw the ribs down towards the hips and lift one leg at a time up to tabletop. You're going to gently place one palm on top of the other. Push against your left foot. So toes are going to be pointed here. You're pulling your knee towards your nose, but you're pushing your knee also away with your hands. So there's lots of pressure here, and you're going to inhale to extend the right leg. Exhale to bring it back to tabletop. We'll go for 10. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull for 9. For 8. Keep the pressure pushing away from that hand. If this becomes too much, drop the head down. Keep the head and shoulders lifted if you can. For 5. For 4. Last 3. Going for 2. Last 1. Good. Bring the knees towards your chest. Rock gently from side to side. Give your back a little massage on the mat. Good. Drop the feet down. Find your neutral spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, ribs to hips. One at a time. Knees up to tabletop. Head and shoulders lift off the mat. Hands are going to push against the right leg this time. Knee pulling towards your head. Hands pushing away towards your feet. Toes pointed. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, drop back into tabletop. Again, take the head down if need be. 9 more. We're going for 8. For 7. Keep the pressure on this left leg. On the right leg, sorry. 6. 5 more. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Knees draw towards the chest. Rock from side to side. Another little massage. Good. Take nice deep breaths here. When you're ready, drop the feet back down. Take your feet to hip width apart. Feet flat on the mat. Shoulders down away from your ears. Palms just gently placed on the mat. You're going to inhale here to prepare. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under so you close that natural gap in your spine and push the hips up towards the ceiling. If this is sore in your lower back, take it down slightly and tuck the tailbone under a little more. You're going to inhale at the top. Exhale as you start to melt down from the ribs to the middle back to the lower back, and then come back to find your neutral spine. So find that slight gap underneath your lower spine here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, close the gap. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. You should find from your knees all the way down to your shoulders is like a ski slope, so you want as much of a straight line as possible. Keep the shoulders pressing down away from the ears. Inhale at the top. Exhale to start to melt the ribs, middle back, then the lower back, all the way down. Find your neutral spine. We're going to go again. Exhale, tuck the tail. Start to push the hips up towards the ceiling. Try not to let your knees drop out here. Again, inhale at the top. Exhale, start to melt one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. Find your neutral. We're going one last time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, close the gap. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. Try and lift the hips an inch deeper. Inhale at the top. Now try and keep your hips pushing towards the ceiling. The whole time you start to melt your ribs. Melt your middle back, push the hips up until they absolutely have to come. So you're articulating through your spine, one vertebrae at a time, coming down to find your neutral spine. This time we're going to stay up. Exhale, close the gap, tuck the tail under, push the hips up all the way to the ceiling. This time we're going to keep our spine in a neutral position and just drop down halfway. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. We're coming down halfway again. Inhale, exhale, drive the hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop. Exhale, drive. Keep the abs hugging in gently. We're going for 10. For 9. Inhale to drop. Exhale to push. For 7. Keep the knees hip width apart. For 5. Last 4. For 3. 2 more. For 1. We're going to keep it up there. Take it an inch deeper. We're going to hold for 10. 9. Breathe naturally. 7. 6. 5. Take it deeper. 4. 3. Last 2. And 1. Perfect. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, start to melt your ribs. Melt your middle back. Melt your lower back. Good. Come back to find your neutral spine. Good. Take the arms above the head. Take the feet. And we're going to stretch. A nice full body stretch here. Good. Reach your right hand and foot. Then reach your left hand and foot. And then start to alternate so you're getting a full stretch. Perfect. Toes point towards the ceiling. Find your natural gap in your spine. You're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale as we start to come up into a roll up. So you're going to exhale as the hands come up. Chin tucks and you're going to lift one vertebrae at a time all the way up into a seated position. Nice and tall on your sit bones. Exhale. Tuck the tail under, roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way onto the mat. Inhale as you take the hands above the head. Exhale as you start to come up, lifting one vertebrae at a time to a nice tall seated position. If this is too much for you, bend your knees and you can use your hands to guide you. So exhale as you start to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, hands go overhead. Exhale as you start to come up, tuck in the chin, use your hands if you need to, or extend them out. Inhale at the top, exhale, tuck the tail, one vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way down. Keep your natural gap in your spine, so don't arch your back here as you take your hands above your head. Keep the abs hugging in. Exhale, tuck the chin, hands follow, one vertebrae at a time, nice and tall. With an inhale, exhale, tuck the tail. We'll go for 2 more. Inhale above the head. Keep the shoulders drawn down away from the ears. Spine still in neutral. Exhale, hands come as the chin tucks. Start to lift one vertebrae nice and controlled all the way to a tall seated position. Last one, tuck the tail with the exhale. Find your neutral spine here. Shoulders stay drawn down. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you start to come back up. Tuck the chin. Nice and tall. We're going to stay here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you curve your spine. Reach the hands forward as you suck your abs back. So you're lengthening through your spine. Head drops in between your elbows. Inhale as you build your spine back up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders stay down and relaxed. Exhale, suck the abs in. Push the hands forward. Stretch through your spine. You'll feel it in your hamstrings as well. Roll back up with the inhale. Exhale, curve forward. Inhale, build it back up. We'll go for 3 more. Exhale, reach. You can use your hands on your legs here if need be, and then come up with the inhale. 2 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, stack the spine back up. Last one. Perfect. Good. You're going to turn onto your side here. Face the front. Feet are going to go together. Knees are going to drop out to the side. Stay nice and tall, so puff your chest open rather than sinking into it. Keep the shoulders back and down. Puff the chest out and then push through your elbows onto your knees. And then draw the hips forward. Nice deep breaths. Relax your shoulders. Good. Sitting up tall. You're going to take the left leg out in front. Take the right foot up and over your left knee. Take your left elbow up and over your right knee. And then twist the body. Keep the chest open here as well. Spine nice and tall. You'll feel the stretch through your glute. Nice deep breaths. Good. Let it go. This time you're going to take the right leg in front of you. Take the left heel and put it over the knee. Elbow crosses over the knee. Rotate your spine here. Open up the chest. Feel it through your hip, your glute. Puffing the chest out. Nice deep breaths. Good. Go into a cross-legged position. Interlock your fingers. Push the palms of your hands towards the ceiling. Stretching through the spine. Start to drop to one side, then to the other side. Keep it going. Just gently going from side to side. Taking the hands down. And thank you